Of the 14 tricks that you see all the time on internet, we tested each one. 10 don't work. 3 worsen the problem without you realizing. And there's one that can be damaging the engine right now in the car of someone who thinks they fixed it. We go from worst to best, and there's a pattern that's going to appear various times throughout the video that I'm not going to explain until the moment arrives. When you see it, you're going to understand. Myth 14. Baby powder on the serpentine belt. The one that worsens the problem without you realizing. Before starting, I want you to save this. The most dangerous trick of this list is not the one that hurts the most. It's the one that makes the symptom disappear. The belt squeals at startup. You apply powder, the noise disappears, and there's the problem. Because the serpentine belt doesn't squeal from excess of friction, it squeals because it's losing friction. And the friction is exactly what it needs to move the alternator, the water pump, the air conditioning compressor. Powder on the belt is like covering the oil warning light with tape. The noise disappears, the problem accelerates. We tested it on bench with slip sensors. After the powder, the belt slip increased a 34%. The noise, 0. The slip, almost double. The driver who does this goes out to the road calm. Doesn't know that the water pump lost traction. Doesn't know that the battery is stopping to charge. Doesn't hear anything because they covered the only warning they had. That's the first one. And it already establishes what's going to happen with various of the ones that come. Not all the tricks that don't work are harmless. Myth 13. Orange and baking soda to restore headlights. The one that deceives visually. This one has millions of views, and I'm going to explain exactly why it works so well on video, although it doesn't work in reality. The orange has citric acid. The baking soda acts as soft abrasive. Sounds technical, sounds logical. The problem is that the citric acid and the baking soda react between each other. What you produce when mixing them is water, CO2, and sodium citrate. The acid neutralizes itself in the cloth before arriving to the headlight. We tested the mixture on headlights with controlled oxidation. Result, same as cleaning with warm water. Why do the videos show results then? Because any rubbing over an oxidized headlight produces something visible. It's not the orange, it's not the baking soda, it's the cloth. Any wet rag would have done the same. 2 of 2, 0 that work. And now comes something that I want you to save also, because it's going to appear various times more in this video. The Vaseline. Myth 12. Vaseline to disguise scratches on the paint. The one that seems logical but is backwards. The Vaseline is going to appear 3 times in this video, with 3 distinct results. I'm not going to tell you yet which is the only one where it does something useful. That comes later. This is the first one, and it's where it fails worst. The logic sounds good. The Vaseline is transparent, fills the scratch, changes how it reflects the light. The scratch seems to disappear, but the Vaseline washes off. The scratch keeps where it was. Up to there, it would only be a useless trick. But when the scratch arrived to the metal, the Vaseline seals humidity and contaminants directly over the zone without protection. It doesn't disguise the scratch. It accelerates what comes after. 3 tricks, 3 failures, and the Vaseline already has 1 point against. 2 appearances remain. Myth 11. Vaseline on the leather steering wheel. The one that directly doesn't work. Second appearance of the Vaseline. The leather of the steering wheel is dry. The Vaseline hydrates it. Seems obvious. The problem is that the leather needs products that penetrate the fiber to hydrate it from inside. The Vaseline doesn't penetrate, forms a superficial layer that looks shiny and feels soft, but the leather keeps equally dry underneath. With time, that layer degrades and leaves residue that makes it difficult for the correct products to enter after. 2 appearances of the Vaseline, 2 failures. The third comes further ahead, and there is where the pattern breaks. 4 tricks seen, none works. And now we enter in the most complicated zone of all the list because the ones that come due have something real. only not enough for it to matter. Myth 10. Rubbing the windshield with an apple. Almost false, but the reason why it fails is important. Attention here, because this is not only about the apple. A trick that works a 5% can be more dangerous than one that doesn't work at all, because it gives you the sensation that you did something when really you didn't resolve the problem. Save that. It appears various times further ahead. The apple has malic acid. That acid does act on the greasy layer of the windshield. The effect is real, and it's so small that any conventional cleaner surpasses it without effort. Besides, the sugar and the organic residues of the apple leave a layer that, if not eliminated completely, ends up attracting more dust than before. You did something, you resolved nothing, and now the glass is worse. 5 tricks, none works well yet. Myth 9. Vaseline on the vinyl dashboard. Third appearance. And here is where the pattern breaks. You already saw the Vaseline on paint worsens the problem. On leather, doesn't do anything real. Now vinyl. And here something changes. On vinyl, the Vaseline does produce a real effect. The material absorbs part of the product, recovers some flexibility, the color looks deeper. The visual result is genuine. So it works? Yes, during little time. Because the Vaseline attracts dust, and the dashboard that seemed restored starts to accumulate dirt in days. And it has no protection against UV, which is the principal cause of the deterioration of the vinyl. 3 appearances of the Vaseline. 1 grave failure, 1 simple failure, and 1 real but incomplete result. That's the pattern. And what it means is this: the same product can fail, do nothing, or work partially, depending on where you use it. And the majority of people don't know it because nobody compares the 3 cases together. 6 tricks seen, still without one that works well completely. Myth 8. Magic eraser on interior plastics. Works. Until it shouldn't. This is quick. The magic eraser doesn't clean by chemistry. It cleans by abrasion. It's basically an ultra-fine sandpaper. On matte plastic, perfect. On glossy plastic or screens, permanent micro-scratches. We tested it. On matte plastic, no problem. On glossy plastic, scratches visible at 30 centimeters with lateral light. The trick works. On the wrong surface, the damage is permanent. Myth 7. WD-40 on the rubber seals of the doors. This one is worse than doing nothing, and it takes months to demonstrate it. The seals squeal. You apply WD-40. The squeal disappears. The seal feels softer. Everything seems fine. Do you remember what I said about the tricks that make the symptom disappear? The WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's a water displacer with solvents. And those solvents soften the rubber temporarily while degrading it from inside. At 6 months, the material is more porous. At 12, it starts to crack. And the person who applied it never connects the damage with the cause because months passed in between. We measured identical rubber samples during 90 days. The ones treated with WD-40 showed a 23% more of micro cracks. The correct product is silicone in spray without solvents. Costs the same. Doesn't destroy the rubber. This is one of those cases where doing something is worse than doing nothing. Already 8. None has worked well yet. And the next one has something real, but with an error so specific that the majority of people never detect it. Myth 6. Coca-Cola for superficial rust. The base exists. The concentration ruins it. The Coca-Cola has phosphoric acid, real. The phosphoric acid acts on the rust, also real. The professional rust removers work with phosphoric acid at 15 to 30%. The Coca-Cola has it at 0.055%. To equal the action of a professional product with Coca-Cola, you would need days of contact. And meanwhile, the sugar would be sticking dirt and accelerating the oxidation around the treated zone. We tested both on identical samples during 72 hours. The pure phosphoric acid, rust eliminated completely. The Coca-Cola, partial improvement with residue that required additional cleaning. The ingredient exists. In the concentration it comes with, it doesn't do the job. Myth 5. Toothpaste to restore headlights. Works. And that's exactly the problem. 9 tricks seen. Now arrives the most complicated of the list. The toothpaste has soft abrasives that do eliminate the oxidized layer of the polycarbonate of the headlights. The immediate effect is real. The headlights stay clearer. And there's the error that nobody mentions. That oxidized layer that you eliminated was what remained of the UV protection from the factory. You removed it, and you put nothing in its place. In climate with sun, the new oxidation appears in 4 to 8 weeks, faster than before the treatment because now the polycarbonate is completely exposed. We tested it during 45 days. The headlights treated only with toothpaste had more yellowing than at the beginning. The ones treated with toothpaste plus specific UV sealant, perfectly clear. The car wax doesn't substitute the UV sealant. It doesn't contain radiation absorbers. The light passes equally. The toothpaste works. Without the next step, the result is worse than having done nothing. 10 tricks. And this is the first where the solution exists but lacks exactly the half. Now yes, the 4 only ones that really work. Myth 4. Adjustment of the windshield washer nozzles with a needle. Real, free, 2 minutes. The jet of the windshield washer falls in the wrong place. The majority assumes that the nozzles are damaged. They're not damaged, they're misaligned, and that's completely different. Inside the orifice of each nozzle, there's a mechanism that allows changing the direction of the jet. A needle or a thin clip inserted with care moves the direction to where you need. 2 minutes, no cost, permanent result. This is the first of the 4 that really work, and it's the simplest of all. Myth 3. Cleaning the wipers with isopropyl alcohol avoids a spend of $60 that almost always is unnecessary. The wipers leave streaks. The recommendation? Change them. Here is where almost everyone gets it wrong, because in the majority of cases, the problem is not wear, it's contamination. The residues of the road and the washing products form a layer over the rubber that prevents clean contact with the glass. The rubber can be perfect. The layer makes it seem worn. Isopropyl alcohol on a cloth, clean the rubber, clean the glass. We tested this on 5 vehicles with symptoms of apparent wear. 4 of the 5 functioning restored completely. Only 1 needed real substitution. A bottle costs less than $5. This trick is not spectacular. It avoids a spend that in 4 of every 5 cases is completely unnecessary. Myth 2. Removing weight and external accessories reduces consumption. It's costing you money right now without you knowing. It's not a trick, it's physics. 90 kilograms in the trunk versus without them, same vehicle, same route. Difference of consumption, 3.4%. 5 tests. Empty roof bars at 100 kilometers per hour, 6.5% more of consumption. Empty roof box, 17% more of consumption. Calculated in a year, that empty box can represent between $150 and $250 additional dollars in fuel. The box was empty, the money wasn't. Myth 1. The OBD2 adapter gives you the same diagnosis as the workshop. The only one of all the list that changes something more than the car. 13 tricks, 10 don't work. 2 work with limitations. 1 works free. And we arrive to the last one. The engine warning light turns on. The majority always does the same. Workshop, between $80 and $120 only for the reading, and then already decide. That information was in your phone for $22, a single payment. All modern vehicles have OBD2 port. An economic Bluetooth adapter transmits the data to a free app. The codes it generates are exactly the same ones that the workshop reads because both access the same system of the vehicle. We tested this on 5 vehicles with known failures. $22 adapter versus professional equipment of authorized workshop. Codes detected, identical in the 5 cases. But the most important thing is not the diagnosis. It's that the driver who has this adapter doesn't enter in panic. They connect it, they read the code, they understand if it's urgent or can wait. They arrive to the workshop knowing exactly what the car has and how much it should cost to fix it. That changes the conversation with the mechanic. $22, one payment. Information that before cost between $80 and $120 every time you needed it. 3 months, 14 tricks, only 4 work. And the pattern is not a coincidence. The 10 that don't work look perfectly fine on camera, sound scientific when someone explains them with confidence, and resolve the problem visually, although they don't resolve it in reality. The 4 that do work are silent, visually boring, and almost impossible to sell as spectacular tricks. Nobody makes viral content about cleaning wipers with alcohol, but that's the one that avoids the real spend. The next time you see an automotive trick with thousands of likes, a simple question: did someone measure this, or does it only look good on video? Tell me in the comments which of these 14 you believed worked, and if someone you know applied any of the ones that don't work, share this with them before the damage appears.